And our special guest this evening on the Record Collector program is one of those legends from the 60s, Heinz. And you started your career off, Heinz, as I recall. Well, first I remember seeing you also with the Tornadoes.
Yeah, that's a lot of years ago.
Oh, and you're wearing well.
Well, thank you.
Now,
me and Cliff never get older.
Now, of course, I mean, you had a major world hit with Telstar,
Yeah.
which was sort of like a big smash robot.
5 million.
Yeah, 5 million copies.
Yeah.
And then you went on your own, and it had hits like Just Like Any and several other hits as
Yeah.
well. And then we didn't hear a lot of you for a while.
I
And
sort
then-
of got out of it then.
Firstly, I want to talk about those early days. How did it start for you?
Well, I started off, I was in a local band, lived just out of Southampton, supporting other people, local band, and saw an advert in the NME, groups wanted, Joe Meek, we put that in, so we went down, auditioned, and the band didn't pass it. When I went out, I was playing bass. He said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I talked to him. He said, "Look, got a job for you. I want a session band." And it started from there. And that's how the Tornadoes were formed.
As session musicians?
That's right.
I mean, can you recall, because historically it's quite interesting, because there was people like, well, John Lydon comes to mind
That's
right
right,
away.
yeah, Mike Berry.
Mike Berry, yes,
Yeah.
tribute to Buddy Holly.
Yeah, fabulous.
Now, I mean, can you remember whose sessions you were on? I'm sure the historians would like to know that.
Yeah. John Layton sessions, Billy Fury's, obviously.
Yes.
Because we backed him.
I remember that great live album you did with Billy Fury.
Yeah, that's right. We want Billy.
That's
was
been
the one.
re-released, as you probably know.
Is it?
Yeah, a couple
I
of years
didn't
ago.
know.
Well, a couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah, great. So many of them that we backed. Session people, we must have done about 80, 90 singles, but they didn't see daylight. People like Glenda Collins, Don Charles, and Jeff Goddard himself.
Yeah, well, Jeff
his
Goddard
stuff.
was very,
And,
sorry.
Right in the gear, I mean, he wrote Just Like Eddie, tribute to Buddy Holly, Johnny Remember Me, so...
Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but those recordings are worth pounds and pounds and pounds now. Not Johnny Remember Me so much, because that was a #1 smash, but Jeff
But the
Goddard
others.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I've got them all at home if you want to buy them.
Listen, you're on, I mean, are you serious? Because
No. I keep them because
well, they're very rare.
it's memories to me, and it's a thing you can't go out and buy anymore. And that's it.
It seemed to me that Joe Meek was so many years of his.
Oh Christ, he was years ahead. I mean, Telstar alone must have been 20 years. I mean, you listen now to that Sputnik group, whatever they are, all the space
Diggy.
sounds and that. I mean, that could have been us now. He was that far ahead, and that was his trouble. He was too far ahead.
Have you ever seen the old timers there? I mean, from the Tornadoes, the old gang. Do you ever get
Well,
together? or
occasionally
not?
about once a year, but Roger, the organist, he's
Yes.
in Mexico now, so I haven't seen him for about, 5, 6 years. He's living out there now, so...
Any chance that you'd ever all get together again?
Well, I hope so. I'd love to do a concert with them all.
I mean, it
You know,
seems
get
to be,
together.
at the moment, this music is so
I mean,
much
if the
back in vogue, isn't it?
Tornadoes now were here tonight, this place would erupt, as we were, I'm sure of it. Or am I kidding myself?
No, I don't think you are. I don't think so. Can we just talk about your hit? I mean, Just Like Eddie is the one most people talk about, of course.
Yes.
I know you're going on stage in a minute, but I mean, you sort of got out of the business. I mean, was there any...
Yeah, I packed it up because of management problems and money problems with the management. So I got out, and it'd take me an hour to explain all that. So I got out, and I thought, well, quit while you're there. And all of a sudden now it's all back, and I'll get phone calls, and you can't leave it behind. I've been trying to say, no, I'm not going to do them, but I love it so much,
Who's your favourite artist, personally?
Eddie Cochran.
And did you ever
That's
meet
it.
Eddie or not?
Yes.
Right.
We did one show, Gene Vincent was on it and Jerry Lee Lewis, and anybody that's listening that's never seen Cochran live on stage has missed something.
Well, I'm a proud owner of one of Eddie's autographs, which I want half of the world.
Well, there you are then.
But, I mean, magic, man. I mean, the Sex Pistols picked stuff from him as well. I mean, it just goes to show that...
But he was, at the time, the heavy rock and roller. Him and Gene Vincent, while Pat Boone was doing his pretty stuff, they were the heavies at the time, and it's great.
Now,
Marvellous.
Heinz today, in the 80s, I mean, you're on this tour. Anything else planned?
Well, Heinz today, 42. This tour, no. I pick and choose. I do about a couple a year, 3 a year. because I like to do them. I'm out of it, well out of it. That's why a lot of
Well,
these
you're the survivors of rock and roll, you see, aren't
well,
you?
something like that. But things like this, I do it for two reasons. One, I love to still do it, and two, to meet mates like Tommy.
That's Tommy
like,
Bruce and the brothers,
yeah, like the whole show. And meet them who I've lost contact with over the years, obviously. I'm well out of it, living in a very quiet little town, and they're all doing the clubs still and everything. And we get together after a show, we have a few beers and talk about old tours and everything, and look back and think, how the hell did we do it, you know? And it's nice, you know, that you're not forgot.
There is such a camaraderie though with you all.
Yeah. Well, you've seen it.
Yeah,
The happiness.
Oh.
It's the happiness here, you know. I mean, everybody has a laugh and they're all talking, all getting ready, and it's nice. There's no nastiness.
No. There's no
that's just-
I can tell you, hand over heart, there's no backstage bitchiness here. It's a really great atmosphere.
But that's how it was in the 60s, and anyone remembers that. It was happy music.
Now, of all the stuff that you've recorded, or everything you've been on, is there anything, bearing in mind our limited library here in the BBC, can you tell me anything you'd like me to play? Anything?
I think just like Eddie.
And if you had to choose one of the Tornadoes, who would you choose then? Which track?
I think Telstar's got to be.
We'll see if we can fit both in our show tonight. Heinz, thank you very much for being our guest tonight on The Record Collectors.
See you again. Bye.